There is a new fish oil study which made me a little more happy about my fish oil choices. My mom had AFib, which sucks, and I know people who don't take omega at all just because of that. But on the other hand, all health and longevity experts do.
Fish oil.
Fish oil.
Fish oil.
So let's quickly take a look at the history, the recent study, and the most reasonable action plan when it comes to fish oil. For quite some time, since 2004 or so, it was noted that omega-3 intake is associated with lower heart disease rates. The catch here is associated. Up to this date, there are no big randomized clinical trials targeting omega index over the long time as the primary prevention, because, well, who's going to fund it? But there is what's called Hill criteria, which can move the needle for observational studies. Yes, I know you want to hear about AFib, but we are on Living is Smart channel, and for the smart audience like you, I always try to sneak in a few extras. So Hill criteria says that even when study is observational, but we see dose-dependent effect, we understand the mechanism, and there are no controversies and a couple more rules, then we can say, yeah, there is something there which moves the needle. Here's full Hill criteria table for omega index. Not how many pills you take, but the actual percentage of omegas in your blood and CHD, coronary heart disease. And what we see is high, 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 one medium, high overall, which pretty much matches that 2004 study. And here's a nice picture for where we think our index should be, omega index. Also, there was a randomized trial of fish oil supplements called Vital. Without index, unfortunately, but they took regular people without other cardiac risks, which is good, but on the other hand, it is very hard to pick up signal in such healthy people because heart health takes decades to develop. And as I said, nobody has funds to test people for that long, even pharma. That's why even for statins, when they do it, they take them for 5 years and increase in benefits kind of small. But when we extrapolate for 40 years, then we see a lot of benefits from statins. Anyway, I had a separate video about that math. So in Vital, they haven't reached the primary goal. Everything, heart and brain combined, there was a signal in the right direction, but not statistically significant. The treatment group had better outcomes, but it could have been just a chance. However, for just heart attacks, the difference was big enough to say, yes, it's not random, and the extra gram of fish oil has benefits. I've pulled out similar statin studies, same age, same health conditions, and results, if you look at the table, well, maybe not as good as statins, but actually in the same ballpark. There are some side effects to statins, generally way overblown thanks to our loss aversion bias. Losing $1 is twice more painful than not gaining $1. That kind of things. I have a meeting. Something similar goes on with side effects of omega supplementation. Because side effects are real, AFib was detected across multiple studies, especially in the high-dose omega supplementation trials, where they took 4 grams a day. And if you've heard about it, it most likely came from one of those studies. Strengths and there was second, reduce it. So the risk is real, and the higher the dose of the supplement you take, the higher the risk. And it's important to note the word supplement. It's not big, that risk, especially in the absolute numbers, but it is there. Now, what's surprising? The stroke, that's what AFib leads to, either didn't change even in those high-dose studies, or actually went down, which is an interesting trade-off. You can be dead or alive with AFib. But do we even have to make this trade-off? That's where the latest study adds like an interesting twist. In regular, healthy people, not on the high-dose medical-grade supplements, but just eating fish and adding some fish oil supplements on top and hitting 8% omega index, followed for 12 years, AFib went down 11% on average. And what's even more interesting, in fish oil supplement group, it went down 7%, and in just eat fish, 15%. So if we pull it all together, here's what we get today with today's science. Fish oil is good. Fish oil from eating fish is even better. Having omega index of 8 or more is great. And if you want to have your fish and eat it, don't forget to smash salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, herring, like button, and maybe add a gram or two of good quality non-rancid fish oil. I have a guide below on how to get such medical grade quality supplements, not just fish oil, but all of them, with a huge discount through our non-profit. Check that. And last but not least, here we've talked about heart, but there is a way to quadruple your brain benefits from omegas. So living is smart, aging is bad, and I'll see you in the dedicated video, which is no-brainer, right? See you there.